The math function is associated with the lambda function as it accepts the lambda function as the first argument. The second argument accepted by the math function is a sequence type. The most commonly used second argument for the math function is a list data type. However, since it accepts a sequence type, we can also place a tuple. However, in this example, we will place a list data type as the second argument inside the math function. So here we will use a list comprehension first. So we have here an example of list comprehension. So we have x for x in range. Now the range function parentheses, we have two arguments. We have an integer of 1, comma, and an integer of 5. So our list comprehension will create a list data type consisting of 4 elements. So we will have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we will have again a list data type created by list comprehension consisting of 4 elements, which all are integer values. Now the following list data type will be placed inside our EX variable. Now down below in the second line of code, we have our code variable, code. Then we have our map function. Now inside the map function, parentheses, we have again, like I've said initially, we have two arguments. First, we have the lambda function, and the second argument is a list data type variable, which is EX. Now what will happen is the A variable, the A parameter, which belongs to the lambda function, will inherit the following values, which are inside our EX variable, the list data type. So the first value given to the A parameter will be an integer of 1. So integer of 1 will be multiplied by 2. So we will have first integer of 1 will be multiplied by 2. We will have 2. Then 2 will be multiplied by 2. We will have 4. Then we will have 6. And then we will have 8. Now all those integer values, which are part of a list data type, will be placed inside our code variable. Before that, as you can see, we have here a list function. And inside our list function parentheses, we have the following map function placed in there. Now, if we were not to apply the list function to our map function, we will have the following unrecognized code displayed in our console as a result of running the following code. To avoid that, we need to apply the list function. So when we use the print function and inside the print function place the code variable as an argument, we will have a list data type here in our console consisting of 4 elements, 2, 4, 6, and 8 integers. Now down below we have another example of using the map function. This time we will use the for loop. We will apply the for loop to our map function instead of turning it into a list data type. So what we do is we will use list comprehension again. We will generate 4 elements consisting of 4 elements. So we'll generate list data type consisting of 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the following list data type will be placed inside our EX variable. Now down below we have the for loop. So we have for A in map. So we will apply the for loop to our map function. Now inside our map function, we have again the lambda function as the first argument, and the second argument we have our list data type variable of EX. Now when we loop through our map function, so what will occur inside our map function first is, as we have our lambda function has I parameter, so our I parameter will first be given an integer of 1. So our I will be multiplied by I, so 1 will be multiplied by 1, then we will have 2 multiplied by 2, 3 multiplied by 3, and 4 multiplied by 4, as we have I multiplied by I inside our lambda function. So what will occur here is, when we have here the print function, and inside the print function parentheses, we have a parameter as an argument which belongs to our for loop. So in our console, what we'll have is thanks to the AND keyword, which we have placed as a second argument inside our print function, and to an AND keyword, we have assigned an empty string. In our console, we will have 1, then space, then we will have 4, then 9, and then 16 appear in our console. as a result of using the for loop and then placing the end keyword as the second argument inside our print function. And of course, here we will have empty print function parentheses, so we will have empty space displayed in our console as a result of using the following code. So in the first example, we have used the list data type to turn our line of code into a list data type and have it placed in our console as a result of running the following code. In the second example, we have used the map function again, but this time we have not turned our map function code result into a list data type, but applied the for loop. By doing so, since the following line of code is a generator, we will have 1, 4, 9, and 16 integer values displayed in our console as a result of running the following code.